Welcome back to the Great Catholic Showdown, Episode 2, The Battle of Opposites, what Vatican II actually said and didn't. Remember that unexpected mix of reverence and chaos from Part 1? Church on the one hand, shave and a haircut on the other? That same type of contrast shows up big time in another battle of opposites, the traditional Latin Mass, or the TLM, versus the new Mass, or Novus Ordo, introduced after Vatican II. Reverence is a matter of taste. Everyone's got their own idea of just right, kind of like coffee. Hot, cold, strong, weak. By the way, where do I stand on coffee? Stick around. Look, most Catholics aren't losing any sleep over liturgy choices, but some folks just love a good fight. Religion, politics, coffee, everything gets heated. No pun intended. Online debates quickly turn into playground fights.
You're stupid.
You've probably heard the extremes. They're always the loudest. One side says,
Vatican II changed everything. Get on board or leave the church.
The other side says,
hey, the real church went underground in the 1960s.
Listen, you two, take a chill pill. Let's face it, some church leaders have been pretty tough on the TLM in recent years. Even Pope Francis, may he rest in peace, raised concerns in his book Hope about people being drawn to it for the wrong reasons. I'll drop a page reference in the show notes if you want to see it for yourself. But I don't see people being drawn to it for wrong reasons. I'm guessing some might be, but what I see are people being drawn to it because they're hungry for reverence. People who want silence, focus, and Christ at the center of it all. The whole crowd, except for babies, of course, babies get a pass, right? is totally focused on Christ from start to finish. The silence and intensity really help me stay centered. At a Novus Ordo Mass, for me, it's harder to stay locked in. There are more distractions there, typically. It's not that Christ isn't present in both. He absolutely is. But for me, my preference, the TLM just makes it a lot easier to stay centered on Him the whole way through. And this difference is not subtle. It's night and day. In a newspaper interview, my pastor said it's much less like a community gathering and more like contemplation of the divine. Years ago, walking out of church after only my second TLM, I turned to my uncle and said, wow, talk about an aha moment. That Mass is not about us, is it?
No, it's not.
Quick side note, not every TLM you come across is fully approved by Rome. Best to stick with groups that are in full communion with the Church, like the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter. I'll drop a couple links below so you can double-check if you want, or you can talk with your priest. Now, about Vatican II, I'm no theologian, trust me, but even I know that some folks have gotten pretty creative interpreting it. The Council allowed changes, sure, but not a free-for-all. Talk about spin. Think redecorating, not demolishing. The Council definitely did not say things like,
no more Latin.
Take out all the altar rails.
Priests should always face the people and keep it casual and fun.
Some people act like Vatican II had secret codes or something, but no, it was pretty straightforward stuff. Let's be honest, though, as straightforward as it was, that's not how it all shook out. The so-called spirit of Vatican II quickly hopped in the driver's seat and took a few detours that the Council never mapped out. But no matter what happened back then, when I go to a Mass today, TLM or Novus Ordo, and it's truly centered on Christ, it's powerful. And for me, the TLM consistently hits that reverence jackpot. I get why some folks, though, find the TLM crowd a little intimidating. It's like going to the symphony. Quiet, focused, no small talk. Shh! Nobody's being rude.
Sorry.
They're just dialed into something bigger than us. Still, I get it. Not everybody's gonna feel at home there at first. You know, this whole topic feels like a tug of war sometimes, doesn't it? On one side, people love tradition and reverence. On the other side, folks want a Mass that's easier to follow. Sort of like when the Bible was first translated into the languages people spoke. And let's face it, that was a really good thing, wouldn't you agree? So, I see value in both, but I have my own preference. And Pope Benedict actually spoke directly to this point. Not in these exact words, you can see the link below, but the idea was that if we value the old Mass, we should also appreciate the beauty of the new when it's celebrated reverently. I think the more we attend each other's Masses with patience and respect, the liturgy could evolve and become less about sides and more about what Vatican II actually intended. Could this actually work? Or am I completely nuts? Don't answer that. Share your thoughts below. And remember, play nice. That's literally the entire point of this series. Oh, good. Coffee's done. If you'll excuse me, I gotta grab it before it cools off. For the record, I like my coffee strong enough to hold the spoon straight up. Now that's reverence. Maybe this time, though, we can skip the bells. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.